Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beard. My beard summons forth all the boys to the yard. Oh, hello, everybody. I am the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Should I get this out of the way, or y'all like it? Wait, where? There should be chat showing up. Somebody chat something. Why is chat not showing up? Chat's here. So it's here. Somebody say something. Chat. Why is it not showing up? Oh, well, whatever. Oh, wait. Maybe this? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I assembled them incorrectly. The Beard Show. Yes, hello, everyone. I'm the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. I am very early today. The reason I'm very early today is because I have things I need to do later this evening, and so I wanted to still get in the stream. Plus, you know, I got time on my hands because I'm unemployed, so I can stream at weird times. So yeah, we're doing an early one. Today we are going to be doing another camera stream. As I said on Tuesday, we finished up that Vonzer model the other day on stream, and now I want to paint it. So we are going to be painting a Vonzer model. Let's go ahead and get into it. Also, just so you know, the beard is still here. So if anyone is worried about the beard, if anyone's scared for the beard, wait, I forgot to put the chat in here. Hang on. The browser source. Chatbox, do it. There we go. Okay. Yes, I get straight 24/7. That's not going to happen, but yeah, the beard is still here. Just in case anyone was worried, let me know. I will bring the beard back. Yeah, so this is our little guy. I don't want to see that move. Okay, this is our little guy. Here he is. There. That's our boy. So we talked about this on the. Can I stream through the mouth? I mean, if you want it here, it's like I can put it in the corner. I guess if you want, I can like keep it, you know, over here in the corner in case, you know, anyone gets worried. There's the beard. It'll just lurk over there. But anyway, my mic is a little quiet. Okay, thank you. Bump that up a little bit. Is this better? Blah, 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 blah. Better yes, better no. Because of the way this is set up, it's a little like, normally when I stream, I have like the mic literally like almost in my mouth, but because I need to be like looking down, it's kind of off to the side today, so that's that. Let me get some audio so y'all can hear it. Do this. Okay, so now there should be music going. Let me know if it's overwhelming or anything like that. Turn it down on my end. Yeah, I hopefully you can hear some music. It's Front Mission 3 soundtrack. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna be doing this today. Now I asked in the last stream what colors that you could find a way to set the beard up as a. Okay, the beard is not going to be a regular feature. This is a. Hang on, where's my hand? This is a gag. This is just a gag. It's not going to be here for every stream. Know that it is always here, but this is a gag. I do not plan to become a VTuber specifically using it. You can't have grown attached. I'm attached to it already. Know that has already grown attached to me, and hopefully that will be enough. Anyway, BTuber, yeah, BTuber. There you go. So I asked in the last stream what colors we wanted, and the consensus was pink and green. So kind of like a watermelon. So yesterday I went over to the paint store, and I got myself this thing is stuck and it's not coming off. Come off of there. What the heck? How about? Your beard has really grown on me. It's also grown on me, if contrary to what you might believe. Come off, you stupid thing. I need pliers. All right, hang on. I'm gonna go grab pliers. Put it back. Pliers. That's how you know I'm prepared. Is that it's everyone's beard. The beard is for everyone. Everyone's beard. That's how you know I'm prepared is when I have all the tools necessary as soon as the stream has started. You had to shave the other day. I tried to yank the beard off, but it had grown rather attached. All right, so this is my unnecessarily cool paint holder. And it has paints in it. This is my weird skull-shaped palette. I don't know why it's skull-shaped, but it is. I guess because it's cool. So we got two things today. We've got this guy that we're going to paint. But also last night, I started painting another one. This is one of the ones I mentioned that I put together another one. I started painting this guy yesterday. And so, is it one of those sealing palettes? It's made of silicone. I don't know if it seals, but it's a palette. So the reason I was doing this is there are different parts of the painting process. There's sort of like the initial base coat, which is what has happened with this guy, and then and also what we will do with this guy today. And then there's also the sort of like finishing, like second coat, final coat. And so we're going to start with this dude. And then from there, we're going to, if assuming it doesn't take the whole time, which I don't think it will, we'll move on to doing the finishing coat on this guy. And hopefully that'll be entertaining. So we have to pick out our colors. So we mentioned pink and green. These are the pinks I've got. We've got, where is it? And do my influencer thing. Can you see it? Influence. Come on, do it. Whatever. Screamer pink. That's Screamer pink. Some palettes come with a seal that you can lock over the top. Oh, well, it's not that. It's just a basic thing. These are Citadel. I believe that they are acrylics. I think that they are acrylics. We've also got the Emperor's Children pink. I don't know why it's called the Emperor's Children, but it is. I think that's all the pinks I have right now. And then we've got red. I could potentially make red into pink. And then for the greens, I got this kind of this Caliban green, which is sort of a bluish green. I got, where's the other one I got? I got another one. It's in here somewhere. Where's the other one? Doggone it. I just put it in here yesterday. Where is it? Incubi Darkness? This may be it. I got Incubi Darkness. These look very blue. They're blue. They look bluer. They're all kind of like bluish green. And then we've got like regular greens, like Death World Forest. I love the names of these stupid paints. I don't know why they're so threatening. We've got Cyberite Green and Gauss Blaster Green. So we got some options here. So what I was thinking of doing was using this sort of like Caliban green, which is a I feel like it looks kind of like the color of like a watermelon rind. And I thought we would do either the Screamer pink for the interior or the Emperor's Children for the interior. Which interior would you prefer? Would you like a darker pink or a lighter pink? They have to sound big and tough and scary. That way you'll pay $10 to $20 a pop from. Yeah, that's accurate. Which do y'all prefer? Darker pink, lighter pink? Keep in mind if Emperor, so the lighter pink. Okay. That'll contrast better. The downside to that is it will be a little bit harder to you should add some white to the light, make it even lighter. Get to baby pink, real baby pink. All right. So next we have to decide which one's going to be the accent and which one's going to be the main. I'm going to guess, based on what you've said thus far, that you're going to want this to be the main color and this to be the accent color. I would go the other way, but I'll leave it up to y'all. Which would you prefer to be the accent and which would be the main? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Thoughts. Pink it. Yeah, I figured. All right, well, pink will be the main color. So now that that's decided upon, I will take this guy apart and we will split up the parts of the body into the two paint colors. So what that means is most of like the shell sections will be the main color. So like this is going to be like the main color. This is going to be the main color. If you added white to light it, you could Citadel could sell it as brutal carnation. that'll be pink. This main body section here, that's all going to be pink. Probably also the power unit will be pink. The shoulder pads here, those are going to be pink. The sort of armor on the top, that's going to be pink. And then everything else will be kind of green. So now I have to take it apart. I mean, mind you, this is just the way I do it. I'm sure there are other people that know how to do this better, but this is how I do it. Oh, there you go. Oh, are y'all hearing the background music? Like, is it coming across? Is it clear and easy to hear? One of the reasons I take it apart is because I don't want to get these little guys, the rubber parts. I don't want to paint these. You did not know there was background music. Okay, so probably can't hear it. Bump that up a little bit. All right, did that improve matters? Can you now hear the background music? Well, thank you. There it is. Excellent. Okay, I want you to be able to hear it, but I also don't want to like blow your eardrums out or anything. Yeah, I gotta I need to do some video stuff later today, and I still need to get in touch with Squarespace. Didn't hear anything before. You can hear now. Well, okay, great. You could hear me though, right? You could at least have heard. You were at least able to hear me the entire time, I hope. I like to do it this way, where I kind of just put the requisite things next to the paints. They're gonna be. That's gonna be green. Yes, we were hearing you and not psyching. Okay, that's accurate. Yeah, that is true. I thought maybe it was just the hypnotism caused by, you know. Oh, wrong side. This guy right here, this lovely beard. No, you can't hear me at all. Okay, well, thanks for responding. I appreciate that. I could only hear the beard talking. What was I saying? Yeah, I gotta do some video stuff. I gotta get in touch with Squarespace to set up my online portfolio. The beard whispers beard secrets to me. Yeah, I gotta have a portfolio because like I'm starting to actually apply for jobs. Stare into the beard. You are getting very sleepy. You will succumb to the beard. And the sooner I can get that sort of stuff set up, the better. So I need to do that later, and so I thought I wanted to go ahead and get my stream done early so that we wouldn't have to miss it, because I don't like missing streams. It makes me feel bad. I feel like I feel like a major part of any sort of internet content is regularity. Like, you have kind of the two models. You have the Let's Player model, where, you know, you try and set up a regular schedule and you just keep to that the entire time. So like twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever you got. And then you have the high production, like, internet historian JonTron model, where you put out 1 video a year. If that. But your videos are so amazing that you know, it doesn't matter. That 1 video will streams are like bowel movements. Regularity is important. Yes, make sure you get enough fiber in your stream, or else you might not poop properly. Yeah, if your videos are like big time enough, then you only need like one a year, and that will carry you through. If you can't make a stream, maybe Beard can substitute for you. Yeah, sure. I'll just put up the picture. The JonTron model includes putting in a tinfoil hat regularly, right? Well, if it brings in the views. Alright, I gotta keep disassembling. Continuing to disassemble. Try this. So there's this little, like... There's this little piece, which is like the eyeball, basically. Beer reacts to peak new content. There you go. It'll just be like my beard in the corner. Oh, it'll be my beard in the corner, and there'll be like a video of just something else, and there'll be no audio or anything. It's just like my beard and a video, and that's the whole thing. And like at the end, it says like there's like a subscribe link and like a click the bell to follow and all that. Oh, my beard would immediately become more popular than I am. I would forever live in the shadow of my own beard. What a tragedy. There. Beard just sits there silent. That actually reminds me of something like this weird idea that my friend had a long time ago that I always thought was the funniest thing, which was he wanted to have a TV channel that's like way up in the high hundreds on cable, and it would just be tube worms, 20, living forever in your own 5 o'clock shadow. Beard, what are your thoughts on that joke? How do you react to that joke? Yes. That's good. It's a solid joke. I like that. Yeah, he wanted to have a TV channel that was just a live feed of tube worms 24 hours a day. Just tube worms. Just tube worms 24 hours a day. That was the show. And like one of the ideas he had was that there would sometimes be like reviews by the tube worms, or my partner and I use Jellyfin for everything, and we started making our own channels. It's a lot of fun. I bet that sounds something fun. There would be like comparisons, so it'd be like tube worms versus Johnny Depp, and like it would just kind of put a picture of Johnny Depp's face on the screen, and then like after a minute the face would just like fade away. That would be the channel. Tube worms 24 hours a day. I loved it. I loved that dumb idea. You want to record fake Disney Channel promos? You're sort of like, yeah, we are the Disney Channel. They'll fix it in post. Just kind of aimlessly waving the thing around. You're watching Disney. Does anyone know how these things are supposed to be made? Disney Channel ears. Enjoy these ears. Please fix that in post. I was never watching Disney Channel when that particular promo. I'm seriously considering recording ASMR clips for YouTube. Terrible ASMR clips. It's really funny. We have a Disney Channel which is just Disney movies all day, and we can put them in between. Oh, there you go. I don't think I've ever actually heard of what you're describing, Hobby. This like making your own TV channels thing. It's interesting. Oh, I've not heard of that. I gotta remember to not do the thing where I kind of pull my hands too close to my stomach, because y'all want to see what I'm doing, and it's like I keep instinctively pulling it towards my body. Yeah, I'm kind of also curious about these terrible ASMR clips. Getting pulled over by a cop who is trying to trick you into telling him more reasons to give you a ticket. Oh, not allowed to look at my own. Well, I mean, I could very easily still see my work over here. It's just I don't know. I feel like it's a default behavior to just like pull things in when you're working on them. You just kind of like pull your arms closer to your body and kind of like fiddle with it. Putting out a kitchen fire after you try to record an ASMR cooking clip. I don't know, man. I like how you have a Pilot Wings target to help you hit your mark. Oh, this? That is that color. Pilot Wings 64, man. I really enjoyed playing that. There are definitely some series that I'm more excited about than others. Don't get me wrong. Pilot Wings 64 was one of those ones that I really wanted to do for a long time. Took me a while to actually get around to doing it. Alright, this is... Now, the reason that I do it this way, where I kind of like take everything apart again, is because I want to be able to have pieces that are like different colors next to each other. So like I want this to be pink and I want this to be the green color. And I feel like I'm not good enough at painting to be able to like paint them close to each other and not have something bleed over. That's why I take it apart. So that's why y'all are just watching me disassemble something right now. That's true. Do you have the appropriate ASMR microphone to do that, or was it also going to be terrible in the sense that you were going to use like a crappy microphone as well? Because that would also be funny. You like set yourself up as an ASMR channel, but you've got terrible audio. I gotta remember to bring my hands out here. Oh, these little tiny pieces. You know, it's funny, I think I told you all this, that I bought my nephews, like after I went to visit my sisters. It's been a minute, but I used to do a lot of audio and video stuff. I still got a good mic. Still need to dial it in how I want it, but it's good. Oh, okay. Fancy mic. Yeah, when I went up to visit my sister's place, I had brought along some of my finished robots. And my nephews were kind of taken with them at the time. And so I had Ibabiti Berg. I'm sorry? I had Ibhabyti Berg. Yeah, Dan did have a stroke. Anyway, short of it, I bought my nephews some of these robots because I thought that they would enjoy it. And since then, I have had no word about whether or not they actually liked them. Not a thanks, not an anything. So I may very well have just wasted money buying some of these for my nephews, but oh well. I had a YouTube channel with around 12K viewers. Dude. A heck of a lot better than me. What, do you mind sharing what your incredibly niche content was? It's impressive for 2010. It's impressive for now. A lot of people don't make it up that high. Alright, so we've got everything separated. Good. Alright, so we can finally start the actual process of painting. So, the base coat is pretty easy to handle, frankly, because it's mostly just getting paint on the thing. So, put it simply, you shake up the paint pot, open it up. You do this weird thing where you like, so you see how it's got like a part here? Like that little tongue. You kind of like scrape the paint off the tongue and put it on the palette. I don't know why you do it this way. This is just how I was instructed to do it when I bought the paint. No, we're trying to make you. Why do you hate fun? I don't hate fun. I'm just incompetent. Also, hi, Black. Hey, dude. Sorry. I forgot. I forgot to set... I just switched over to OBS. Nothing is properly set up. But you can raid me by just being here. Thank you for being here. Now you're an ad, hell. No! Bum, bum, bum. I did entirely PG instructional videos on how to safely engage in a lot of forms of kink play. Huh. No nudity or anything like that. All by the books and within the rules. Got a large following because I made it accessible without feeling people like pervs. That's really interesting. I've never... I mean, good on you. It's a nice public service. But wow, that's interesting. So for those who are here from Bleck's very kind raid, which I completely failed to accept, welcome. I am streaming very early because I have things to do later today, and we are going to be painting a robot. We are going to be painting our little, the same robot that I made on the previous stream of this. Yeah, he's gonna be pink. It was decided upon that this would be primarily pink, so he's pink. A bright pink. The actual name of this pink, according to Citadel Paints, is the Emperor's Children. So we are painting this Vonzer Emperor's Children color. Because that makes sense. Oh, I need better grip than that. So whenever I paint these things, I try to touch them as little as I can with my actual fingers. So I use like, I use pliers to hold things in place. I actually have one of those things that has like the various little metal arms that have the pliers on the end of them. But it doesn't work as well as I would expect. It's the Emperor's Children. I don't know. All these paints are weird names like Caliban Green and Incubi Darkness and Death World Forest. You had to take it down for a while because someone in your office discovered it and was trying to blackmail you. That's rude. Blackmail you for performing a public service? Jeez. Well, again, 12K followers ain't nothing to spit at either then or now, so congratulations. I wouldn't be surprised if a website like that or a content like that would actually be better accepted today than it would have at the time. Model paint names are more than a little bit. Also, I hope you newcomers are enjoying the presence of my beard. My beard is right here. It's there to make everyone feel more comfortable during this entire stream, so I hope you enjoy the beard. The beard is not to be feared. It is my mascot, apparently. In fact, the beard is immediately more popular than me. The beard is taking off. Folks are like, yo, bro, this annoying chicken wouldn't shut up, but man, did you see that beard? It's like next stream, I'm gonna be the sidekick to the beard. It'd be like the backing band for the beard. It's gonna be great. He's so good. I'm doing that thing where I'm bringing it too close to my face again. So how's everybody doing today? We need a bearded MoeChicken emote now. We need more emote slots is what we need, because every streamer makes an accidental cult at some point. Yep, sorry, we accidentally made a beard cult. It's like Ian's piss cult. People are way obsessed with Ian's piss, like Ian's urination on his streams. Beard, kind of like MJ. Yeah, how's everybody doing? It's an early stream, I know, but I made a frog cult at one point, but I doubt anyone. How do we get more emotes? We would need people to subscribe, and it's not a small numbers, anyways. That was kind of a joke. Like I think if I got 16 more subscribers, I would get one emote. They really don't give them out like candy. Like they're only willing to give out emote slots to people that are getting like hundreds of subscribers, and that's not me. I don't even know if I would want to have hundreds of subscribers. So really what we need to do is just change out some of the ones we have, like the take away of subscribers. You know, I don't know. That's actually something I don't know. I mean, fortunately for me, my small band of subscribers doesn't seem to go away, so I haven't had to contend with that, fortunately. But yeah, probably what we should just start doing is, like, I should regularly swap out certain slots and just kind of, like, you know, give you new things to play with. Man, something like an influx of viewers. Maybe from another stream. Maybe a friend of the streamer. Maybe, I don't know, a raid. No, that would never work, Black. Those mechanisms are not in place to accomplish that, Black. It's just not a thing that exists. I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry. I failed at a raid again. I'm not used to people caring. It's foreign to me. I'll try to do better. Once you get an emote slot, it stays forever. Hogwash, poppycock, and horse feathers. The slot isn't gotten in a month or something, it resets. Oh. I'll get so many no ones and bring them over here. I know you're just teasing, Black, but I mean, you're right. I should be a lot more proactive about the mechanisms of streaming. Like, I mean, I've got time right now. I really should be putting more effort into it. But you know what? Instead of that, I'm working on leatherwork and playing Breath of the Wild. So that's the strat. We could all stream, then raid Moe simultaneously, and he could reject all of our raids at the same time. Yeah! Is raid not something? I think it is. I think you enable it in settings. Here, let me see. Settings. Stream. I guess I can't do it while I'm streaming. That makes sense. So. Maximum efficiency rejection. Yeah! Super great. What were y'all streaming, Black? I think I saw the other day that you were doing Minecraft. Is that what you were doing again? You've been building on your necropolis? I should get back into that. I wish it was a modded server. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. What do you do in Baldur's Gate 3? Like, are you playing the campaign collectively, or like are you just like role playing and running around and doing silly stuff, or like what do you do when you play ball? I guess I could show up to a stream. I could show up to one of your streams, but I figured I can give you a soapbox to explain it here if you'd like. I gotta finish my Baldur's Gate run. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate. Funny. You run around as a gay vampire and have sex with everything. Cool. What a fun game. We are reading our own characters' voice lines and otherwise making commentary. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I've tried to get other, like, YouTubers to do, or streamers, to do that with me. Like, the idea of, doing some sort of, it's turn-based combat? Oh, I didn't know it was turn-based combat. Yeah, I like, that's an idea that I've attempted to pitch to, like, Ian before, and we sort of did it with, like, I have an alien frog wife. Does that mean your frog wife is an alien, or you have a wife who is an alien frog? Would those be the same thing? I guess those would kind of be the same thing. But yeah, like, just the idea of a stream where you get to, like, everybody gets, like, some characters that they voice, and you just all get to, kind of do it together, and, like, everybody gets, I don't know, like doing an episode stream or something, where, like, each person is assigned a voice, or, like, a certain group of characters to do, and you get to, like, make a little radio play. Oh, it'd be so much fun. Just sounds like so much fun. I'm really thinking of getting a new D&D campaign together. where I can find, if I can find people who are fairly chill and comfortable RPing character. I mean, I'd do it. I'm not great at RPing, admittedly. One of my problems, I think I told you all about this before. One of my problems with D&D is when I first got into it, which was back in high school, it was mostly an excuse to sit around and have fun with friends. Like, nobody really took it super seriously. All the campaigns we did were pre-existing modules. Although, truth be told, that we had a very good DM, but everything was based off of like modules, and they had maps and stuff. And so in my mind, it was just sort of like a board game. You know, you like roll dice and you fight things. Plus, I had a kind of broken character, so it wasn't like super hard to survive in the game. And so, you know, it was just kind of like fun. And the last time I played D&D, it was with a group where certain members of the group were very, very, very into the role-playing side, to the point where they would just sort of like take over every session, and it was just sort of like, it was a girl, Mary, I'll call her Mary. It was like, oh, hey, we're gonna sit around and listen to Mary talk to the DM for like 4 hours. Great, see you next Tuesday. And it was just not much fun, you know? I mean, no shade against her. She was having fun. And it's true that any of us could have jumped in and said something as well. And in fact, the DM encouraged that. But that wasn't why I was there. I wanted to go out and fight goblins and stuff. I think that realistically I may just end up retooling base D&D into the system you want. Wanted something along the lines of Shadowrun thing, but you don't have the rules for Shadowrun. DM needs help with that. Yeah, well, I don't know. It was also one of those things where it was like, it was a virtual, like we used like virtual tools. We didn't do it in person. And I think, you know, like when I first got into D&D, it was in person. So maybe it's easier if you have that in person setup. I don't know. But because of that, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth about D&D. And so I still kind of like, because I haven't had anything to shake that impression, I still think of D&D as like, oh, that's where we just sit around and listen to Mary talk for a while. So Around when complains, sometimes it's hard to interject combat into places my players of character complain a bit about now. Yeah, I mean, again, I think, you know, when I first played D&D back in high school, we did like combat modules. Like one of the last things we did was we were going through the return of the Temple of Elemental Evil. And, you know, that's just a big slog through a dungeon. And I was a dwarven fighter with, again, kind of broken stats. And so it was just kind of like fun for me. It was like, oh, hey, what will we meet in this next dungeon or this next room? It's like, oh, it's 12 kobolds. Neat. So it was cool. And I kind of missed that. But on the other hand, D&D, by its very nature, is collective storytelling. No problem, Dan. See you when you get back. I had a work call today, in the sense that I had a call about work, or looking for work, rather. My sister helped me find a recruitment agency, and I think I threw the recruitment guy for a loop, because he got on the call assuming I was mostly going to be an IT guy, because that's what he works with. And then I started talking about like graphic design, and he's like, oh, so I don't know how well it's going to work out, but I mean, maybe he'll find something for me. I don't know. All right, we're done with pink. I'm going to get rid of my pink now. Squeegee it out. Squeegee, squeegee, squeegee. All right. There's just so many other systems. D&D should not be the default. Yeah, actually, speaking of that, that campaign I was just talking about, we were playing Mage, actually. No, you know what? I should say this. The very last thing we did, I think, was D&D. But the one before it was a Mage campaign, and that was actually fun. I played as a Matter Mage that I named Serland after the character from Legacy of the Rudra. And that was so much fun. I really missed that one. That was a good time. And again, that was mostly just role-playing. But it was role-playing where, like, I had a character who was set up to do that. And so it was fun. I don't know. All right, so now we gotta do the green. Gotta do the green now. I have not used this green, so I don't know what color it's gonna. Or, well, I know it's gonna be green, but I don't know what it's gonna look like on the actual model. So let's find out. I love my weirdly threatening palette here. You know, why is it a skull? I don't know. It just is. Very highly recommend One Last Job, Morkborg, and Monster of the Week. What is Morkborg? One that I actually kind of wanted to try for a little while there was Call of Cthulhu. But then I found out that Call of Cthulhu is basically just like... It's like a race to see how long you can keep your character alive. In the sense that, like, everyone pretty much everyone goes insane. Like, it's a zero-sum... Well, not a zero-sum game. It's a game wherein everyone goes to zero. Eventually. It's just like, how long can you stay sane? When I found that out, I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. It's not as kind of like opaque as I would like for it to be. That's unfortunate. It's a system and setting based on Swedish death metal. Huh. Do you play as like a Swedish death metal band, or is it based on like the lore of Swedish death metal, or what is it? It's very grim and outrageously silly. Tried some others, but I'm at the point where I found a lot of things I do and don't like, so I'm considering working your own with bits and pieces. It's like if cover art was a game. Oh, I mean, that sounds kind of cool, really. Morkborg. I love the name. Morkborg. You know, no, well, she's not Swedish. I was going to say no offense to Chaka. She's Danish, but still Scandinavian, I guess. But I gotta admit, the Swedish chef had a pretty significant impact on my interpretation of what Swedish language sounds like. I really can't think of that language as anything other than wort. Oh my gosh. Are the elites from Halo the Swedish chef in like an alien suit? Because they go wort. Could it be? That's all the Covenant really wants. They just want humans to try their new dishes. That's all it is. I hope y'all are enjoying watching me just paint and just yammer on about whatever. I guess it's not really that different from a normal stream. I'm still yammering on about whatever, but this time it's about paint and Bork. Bork. Did you know that there are novelizations of the Halo universe? A friend of mine who he's a little bit younger than me, and he grew up playing the Halo games with his brother. And in Boy Scouts, I had a group of friends who play D&D at camp and lock inside and watch horror movies and listen to death and thrash metal. So they were the cool kids. Yeah, I have a friend who he grew up playing Halo with his brother, and he introduced me to the Halo novels. They're very interesting. Play D&D at camp and lock-ins. Okay, camp and lock-ins and watch horror. That's pretty awesome. And one of the things that I found out from reading the novels, that like I read one of the novelizations myself. I didn't realize exactly how like dire things were in the Halo universe before Halo happens. Like, if you read those novels, humanity was basically losing. Like I guess I'm going to be yammering on about Halo now. For those who are familiar, the Pillar of Autumn, the ship that Master Chief was riding on when they crashed into Halo, was like one of only a few ships that escaped from this massive attack, and they were like fleeing because the Covenant was chasing them. I had always just kind of had in my head that the two sides were, you know, kind of evenly matched, but no, not really. Humanity was losing. It makes all the silliness of those the little grunt monkey guys a lot more threatening when you realize that humanity was losing to these little grunt monkey dudes. Did I ever put up that picture from the Renaissance Fair last weekend? I had a picture of myself and two of my friends at the Renaissance Fair that we went to over the weekend last weekend. I don't remember if I ever actually put them up. It was the pirate weekend, and honestly, there weren't that many pirates. Like, we were dressed as pirates, but most people were still just in regular old, you know, fantasy costumes. But it was still a good time. Whoa! One super interesting one that I would love to run is 10 Candles. You'd have so much fun with that as the DM, but you need a group of players that can go into it, understand, and can see that every player character will die by the end. They're supposed to. The system is intended to tell the story of the character's final hours and days. Hey, Possum. Welcome. Nice spin. Nice spinning, Possum. I'm streaming real early. Yeah, I gotta admit, that would be kind of a bummer story if I was going to play it. I never really enjoy the there is no escape from death, everyone dies, that's the point kind of thing. It's like we are painting today. I'm painting one of my little robots and just kind of chilling. Currently playing the tutorial for Civilization. You would love to play in that game, Possum? You're super excited about... Why is there a beard? Because in the last stream, people wanted it. That's my beard. So, yeah, there's a beard. It watches over us all. Why wouldn't there be a beard? Can we get the beard as a channel point redeemed? So it floats across the screen for a moment. I could try. If it's not clear from the raid thing earlier, I'm incompetent as far as all of this goes. But I could try to do it. You should draw MoeChicken with a beard. I could do it. I could do it. It might happen. Channel point redeemed. I'm glad it was worth it to take that picture of myself and then cut it out right before the stream started. Because if I said to say it was right before the stream started that I did this, I had forgotten up to that point. It's so much brighter on the camera than it is in this room, I feel like. Like, I'm glad that y'all can see just fine. Like, everything is bright down here, but I feel like it's very dark for me. I need more lights in here. Have you ever seen the Dread TTRPG system? It uses a single shared Jenga tower instead of dice rolls. So, like, I mean, I'm assuming that you fail a check if you make the tower fall down. Does that also end the campaign, though? Or do you have to keep setting it back up? You know what that kind of sounds like, actually. Found this YouTube channel that talks about and plays older horror games. Popular ones and obscure ones. You love it. Really? Like video games? That sounds kind of cool. I mean, truth be told, like, I feel like I should investigate more. You'll drop the name, thank you. I feel as though I should try out more horror games, because I mean, when I finally got around to playing Resident Evil, I liked it. It was fun. So, you know, maybe you should try other things, but I'm just a chicken. Like, I want to be able to sleep at night. I don't want to be scared. Nothing is quite as frustrating as sitting in bed and being fully aware that the reason I can't fall asleep is because of some stupid something that I saw, and now, you know, I'm not sleeping. It's like you're like embarrassed and afraid. Dungeon chill. Whoa! Shoot, where'd that part go? Basically, anytime you want to do a skill check, you pull a piece from the tower. The more your players do, the less likely it becomes their season when the tower falls. Whatever was being done fails in a spectacular fashion. Oh, that is kind of cool. That does sound like it's fun. There was a period of time where I was trying to put together a board game version of the video game Uninvited. That was all going to be about. It was going to be a game kind of like what you were describing earlier. It's okay, Mo. If you want to be scared, you play the remix. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was going to be a game sort of like what you were saying earlier, where you play it sort of on the assumption that you will probably like lose a bunch of times. Like, it's a game with a very high mortality rate, and the objective is really like the goal of playing it is to just try to get to the end, and like there are different characters, and I don't know. It was a cool idea, but like with all my ideas, it didn't go anywhere. In Resident Evil 2, we play as Claire or Leon. I can play as Leon. Fine games do better when players and DMs can embrace failures and use them to propel the stories. Treat as yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's hard to be excited about failing a check, though. You know, nobody ever, because like usually when you do a check or something, you know, you probably came up with something you thought was pretty clever. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use my skill to try and bluff my way through this scenario, and then like you find out it's like, nope, the dice didn't agree with you, and so now you look like a fool both in, you know, both here and in the game. It's like, oh man, I know that that's not really the point of D&D. Like you feel like a fool, but you don't actually feel like a fool. You always try to help players embrace it in a positive way. I mean, that's kind of like that movie. Did you ever see that movie, Meet the Robinsons? It was like a 3D animated movie. Came out many years ago. You had to step away to medicate Maeve's little eyeball. Oh, poor little Maeve. I hope she's doing okay. So by having a system that has a lot of built-in failure, encourages spectacular. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so that movie Meet the Robinsons, it was about like this family of like inventors, and they had this thing where they would like anytime someone would fail, they'd like celebrate it. They'd be like, "Oh, you failed!" And their rationale was you learn so much more from failure than you do from success. And so they're like, "Oh, well, if you fail, you get to learn something. You know, it's like you're improving as a result." So So one should not be afraid of failure, but I do think that as humans, we are kind of set up to be afraid of failure. Seems like a minor infection started making a lot of goop. Oh, poor little thing. Poor little Maeve. I haven't gotten to see Maeve in a while because I haven't been able to make it out to any of your streams. Oh, I need some Maeve time. I got to see her ears go back when you say the word food. All right. I think that's all the parts painted. Oh, you know these little paint pots? Yeah. Citadel. Exactly. Citadel paints with their silly names like Caliban Green and the Emperor's Children. This color is the Emperor's Children, not pink. Emperor's Children. It's a really goofy name. All right, so these are all done. So we'll switch over to the other set and do some of that. She was on camera in the cone yesterday. Oh, Emperor's flashy infants. All right, I gotta move things. Let's see. So these all go over here. They still have to dry. Get over there, Caliban Green. Hang out in the Tempest. Man, what a weird character Caliban was in the Tempest. He's just like this monster thing. And he just kind of wanted to have sex with Desdemona. And that was like his character. He's being an absolute angel, just moping everywhere and breaking our heart. Poor little Maeve. Well, wish her the best from me. She's a sweetheart. Alright, so let's do other set of parts. Citadel is a subsidiary of Games Workshop. That's where I go to buy mine, so yeah, I assume so. Alright, so pull out all the parts for this guy. This is one that I prepared ahead of the show. What is it they always say in like cooking shows? They're like, we prepared this ahead of time, as they pull out like the completely finished dish ahead of time. They're like, look how beautiful this looks. We made this ahead of time. Sorry, this is kind of laborious. Pulling these out individually. Alright, so there's all the yellow pieces. I should send you my paint stuff. You never use it. I'll take it. Take it if you want to send it. I don't know how well paints go through the mail, though. Like, opened paints, I mean. If they're unopened, then yeah, it'd be no problem. They'll be fine. They'll just explode. You know, who really cares about that anymore? Poor people, my cat is a bastard, but he usually knows when you're helping him and allows it. Alright, so that's the yellow that I used. What is it? Stegodon Scale Green. Definitely blue. You had to shave melted wax off his back once. Ooh. Ooh, those are really cool, Possum. Yeah, I'll take that. If you want to send them my way, I will gladly accept. Oh, I put the pliers in here. What the heck? I didn't need 2 sets of pliers. Alright, so what we're going to be doing with these guys is I'm going to be doing some dry brushing on them to add a little bit of texture. So I need a color that's going to be light. What do we have? We'll use this one. Let's see. Flayed One Flesh. Disgusting. And then I may actually just have to recoat these because these are kind of you can see maybe. Let's see, can I do my influencer thing? Yeah, you can kind of see that like it's not a really great coat, so I may actually have to go back over these. I mean, I'm sure they're all Warhammer references, but I'm still gonna make fun of them. It still sounds goofy as heck. In the Grimdark Future. Alright. Over there. Let's start by doing these guys again. It looks textured, but it's not supposed to look textured. The texturing comes from the dry brushing, not beforehand. This way it just looks like it's incomplete. At least to me, so. Alright, so we need to use the Stegodon green. Thank you all for coming out today. How many people we got here right now? I'm sure it shows me somewhere on here. Doesn't it? Does it not show me? I guess it doesn't. Okay, well, hang on. 10 people. Nice. Thank you all for being here. Possum, I think you're overestimating my abilities. I only just started doing this recently. What is this? Is it pre-primed or you skip? I also skip priming, yeah. I tried doing it once and it obliterated a lot of like the really small, like if you look at these things, they've got a lot of really tiny details, you see? And when I tried to prime it, I lost a lot of those. And I was like, oh, well, that's crappy. And so I didn't do it again. Plus, the other thing was, do I have it? Yeah, it's right here. So this is a Melodyne, which is actually one of the Vonzers from Mission 3, but it's a Vonzer we can't get on our playthrough, surprisingly. Hey, Jimmy. But yeah, you can see I tried to like prime it, and it painted the joints, and now they're just permanently white and ugly. And yeah, a lot of the small details. I don't know if you can see it or not. So can it? If you look at the shoulder, it's a little chunky. So in my opinion, I prefer to just kind of like do multiple coats rather than bothering with primer. But that's me. It's probably not optimal, but just about everything I do in life is suboptimal. Did I finish saying thank you all for coming out? Thank you all for coming out. I'm glad to see so many people stop by. Honestly, I'm glad to see so many people stop by just sort of in general. You know, it's like, y'all are very regular about attending my streams, and I very much appreciate it. It's way easier to stream when you have people to talk to. Multiple coats is what you usually go for, unless you need to paint something a very light color. Yeah. I mean, I got into doing multiple coats because that's how I did it with 3D models, is I would expect to have to multi-coat everything. This Citadel paint, by the way, is way better than the stuff I used to use for my 3D models. Like, it just coats a lot better, which is nice. It's a lot more opaque. Attending streams like bowel movements regularity is important. Yeah. I've heard that, you know, doing streams is very similar to bowel movements, so, you know, important to keep regular in both cases. Ugh. See, bummer because you have these models that I want to build and paint, but you don't. Well, while I can sympathize with that, I will also say that I have personal experience that it will not happen until you do it. So, jokes are like bowel movements. Regularity is important. Yeah, jokes definitely get better when you use the same joke over and over again. That's how you know. That's where the rule of threes comes from. What was I saying? Oh, just doing it. Just doing it. Yeah. You just gotta do it. Like so many things. Right now, the just do it that I'm trying to convince myself of is getting into game design. Like just sitting down and doing the finding some tutorials on Pico 8 and just seeing what I can do. I've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 unpainted miniatures. I just hang out with other people that are painting too. That would be fun. Well, I mean, it may exist. Again, it's regrettable that this happened so close to the end of my tenure with my previous workplace, but a month or so before I left the company I used to work for, they set up a craft day, and it was just sort of like a, yeah, bring whatever you're working on. I gotta stop doing this. I keep doing this where I pull it back towards myself. Just bring whatever you're working on and have fun. And like, I went and one person was working on like knitting and another person was working on like granny squares or something, and I was working on leather working, and it was great. Oh, you did the hot sauce experiment. How did it go? Were you successful in making your hot dogs? Hot sauce? How's your dingus? We gotta hold that for lewd content there. How's your dingus? Oh my goodness. Unless that's another one of those situations where the word dingus is like, what is the word? What's the word for your elbow skin? Like your elbow skin has like the technical term for your elbow skin is like something that sounds horrible, but it's just like the skin on your elbow. Referencing a famous tale by Will Wheaton. Okay. Like, can I say I know what the famous tale is, so I will just assume you were being perverted. Perverted! Weenus! Yeah, the weenus. That's the skin on your elbow. Got that weenus skin. It's loose and baggy. Quit playing with your weenus in public. Oh. Weenus de Milo! No, she doesn't have any arms anymore. That's what they used to call her before her arms fell off. Weenus de Milo. When that statue was first carved, it was beautiful. Had so much weenus skin, and then the arms fell off, and they're like, well, I guess we'll call her Venus. There's a place near me 13 minutes from me that could be shorter because my bike is electric, but it's all about going over there maybe when the weather gets colder. Yeah, I mean, I am no one to speak on this because I am a notorious stay-at-home fella. But you don't start to make a community until you engage with the community. He calls it the spicy D milk story. It's not sexual at all. It makes it entertaining to listen on YouTube. Yoru. Did you see that botched statue restoration where the person drew? Yes, I did. I know what you're talking about. It scared me though. So there is a manga called Assassination Classroom, which I was reading for a little while. It was okay. It got a little old, but so I didn't know anything about the scary face. Yeah, the botched Jesus restoration plastic picture. And this manga directly referenced it because there was one character who said something like I love taking beautiful things and destroying them or something. And for the moment where like he was saying like destroy them, they changed the character's face to that face, the face from the restoration. And I had no idea what it was supposed to be. It just looked like the character was suddenly like an alien or something. And like no one else referenced it in the story. It's like there's no other return to it. It's just this one panel where the character's face was this like freaky thing. And like I remember trying to look it up online and figure out if like I had a misprint of it or something, or like what this thing was supposed to be. It scared the heck out of me, man. I always remember the botched painting in the Mr. Bean movie. I've never seen the Mr. Bean movie. I watched Blackadder. So the comedian who is Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, like his career kind of took off thanks to Mr. Bean, but before that he was more well known for his role as a character named Blackadder from a show called Blackadder, where he was like a sarcastic, like incisive character. And what was interesting is that each season of Blackadder was set in like a different time period. So it was like the same characters, just in different periods of history. Okay, you know Blackadder, yeah. And it's just so weird to me to think that like the same guy, Rowan Atkinson, was also Mr. Bean. Actually, on that subject, what is his name? Who was the actor who played this music is everything sounds very serious and important. It was a very serious and important conversation. You can tell by the beard. Who is the actor who Hugh Laurie, the actor who plays House, was also in Blackadder, and in Blackadder, Signor Frijole, in Blackadder, Hugh Laurie's character was kind of like Mr. Bean. He was like a buffoon. And so you have this weird situation where like Blackadder Rowan Atkinson went from being like a this like sarcastic, incisive, semi-cruel comedian character to like a big idiot. And then you have Hugh Laurie, who went from being a big idiot to like a very sarcastic, dramatic actor. It's very silly. Have you ever seen A Bit of Fry and Laurie? Oh, I bet that it would be really good. I love Stephen Fry. He's also really funny. Yeah, I gotta admit, sometimes phones autocorrect cause more problems than they're worth. Like the one that happens to me all the time with my phone is I will type in the correct way of writing it's, like, but it's possessive. If you want to be possessive, it's just ITS. If you want to if it's supposed to be let's see, if you want to be possessive, it's just ITS. But if it's supposed to be a contraction, it's IT apostrophe S. I will use the correct version of it's and its, and it'll just switch it. the phone will just be like, nah, you meant this. And I'm like, no, I had it right. I was following the rules of grammar, phone. Stop trying to make my language worse. You're trying to mess around with the cables and computer screens, and now your monitor's all messed up. That's unfortunate. I hope you get that fixed. Worked out. This music is making me painting this section of a robot sound unnecessarily dramatic. I wish we had more UK shows airing in America. I know BritBox is a thing, but still. You'd love to when Stephen Fry guest starred on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Nice. Have it on an arm with your main monitor in the center. I really enjoyed the original Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like, the American remake was fine, but I think the original was better. The arm isn't that flexible. Tell it to limber up. Do some stretches, arm. I'm still trying to get myself back into my habit of Monday, Wednesday, Friday exercise. I went yesterday, so I'm happy about that. Har har. But it's weird because I still have to be very careful with my leg or with my ankle, and so I don't like Drew Carey very much. Yeah, I don't hate Drew Carey. One of the things with Drew Carey is that he's one of those type of comedians that will laugh at his own jokes, which, like me, I don't know if I'd call myself a comedian, but I definitely laugh at my own jokes. And so that can kind of be a turnoff for a lot of people, I think. All right, so these can dry over here. Let's do the dry brushing. That'll be fun. Loved him in that sitcom. What jokes? He makes jokes sometimes. He wasn't a sitcom. Was it just called like Drew's World or something? I feel like it had like a really basic name. Drew Carey just never landed for you. That's fine. I will be right back. I gotta wash my fingers off because they're kind of painty. Was it just called The Drew Carey Show? Amazing. Okay, back. Clean that fingers. Don't wash your fingers off, you'll need them. Beard takeover. Little fingies be clean. All right, so we're gonna be doing dry brushing now. I mean, hi Mo, we missed you. Definitely weren't just thinking how much we'd prefer for this to be the stream. This definitely wasn't what we were hoping for. Just the beard. Just the beard. Nothing else. The beard. The beard. All right, beard, go back in your corner. Get back over there. It's like, I will take over again in the future. Dry brush 3 wood. Love that. All right, so let me explain. If you're not familiar with what dry brushing is, it is a technique that you use to accent little ridges in things. So if you look at this guy, you can see how like there's a bunch of little tiny parts, little separations and such. What we're going to do is we're going to take this color, the flayed one flesh, which is a slightly lighter color from the yellow, and we're going to put like a very, very small amount of this on the brush. And that's why they call it dry brushes, because you only want just like a little bit of pigment on there. And then you just kind of like brush it over and over again. And what winds up happening is that only the higher points or like the edges get the color, and it kind of creates this little like shine finish. So I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this brush. Shaky. Now, oh, ew, the frick? Oh, look at this. Look how gross this paint is. Look at this flayed one flesh. Why is it gross? You like Drew Carey even more now since he encouraged you to take care of your mental health. You innovate your price right up, so that's important. This is me shaking. This is the content you show up for. Look at me shake! Alright, you better now? Okay, yeah, it's better now. Alright, so I don't need as much. Get just a little bit of this. Oh, what I was going to say is Citadel actually makes different types of paint for different purposes. So, like, the base color, which is what I used up until now, is primarily used. No, get a paper towel. I have a paper towel right here. I'm wiping off the part that I shook. What's your problem, Possum? Why are you so upset about this? Just a grown man shaking violently on the screen until goop happens. What's wrong with you? What's the top side? There we go. So yeah, you get a little bit of paint on here, and you kind of like keep going until it gets mostly empty, and then you just brush. Wash your hands? Nah, I'm gonna get it all over the model. Dude, this thing's gonna get goopy as heck. I wasn't just shaking for my health, man. Mo, do a flip. Did it. It just picks up the edges and makes them stand out. Yeah. Mo, do a barrel roll. That was some. Who was it? I think that was. Can you have a glass of water? Yeah, but only if you're good. I think that was on. What's up, Black? What you got? Slippy in Star Fox. Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me. Fox, get this guy off of me. Fox, this guy's going up my butt. Get him off of me. Shoot him. What the frick, Fox? Where are you? I thought they had me. Just being annoying. That's cool. But yeah, so I'm doing that thing. I've got it, like, you can't really see because it's like up near my face because I'm having to look up close. But the point is to show you guys. That was that was an idea I had for like a dumb little like YouTube short. Is you have like Fox. This is really starting to tick me off. You have Fox talking like he does in the N64 one, where he's like, all aircraft report. And then you have everyone else doing the noises from the Super Nintendo one. And he just gets more and more confused. It's like, Falco, where'd you go? I love those noises. Oh, like in Banjo-Kazooie. I had been wanting to play Banjo-Kazooie recently, actually. That was an idea I had for maybe something we could play on stream at some point. Although, again, with Halloween season coming up, we're gonna have to be playing Resident Evil 2 soon. So, and apparently Possum wants me to play as Leon, so we get to see Good Boy Leon. All right, so let's see if I can show you what it's starting to look like. So you can see how the dry brushing kind of creates this like lighter effect on the top. The idea is that it's supposed to kind of like simulate, just give it like extra texture and like simulate lighter colors. And I'm not like super good at this at all, so ABC, always be cranking, Possum. I see you there. If you played Resident Evil 8, it's super good and honestly only has one part that's scary. I really just haven't done much Resident Evil. Like, the playthrough of Resident Evil that I did on stream was the first time I'd ever done that. I had never played a Resident Evil game before. Like, any of them. I'm a bit of a chicken. You might not realize that, you know, just from looking at my where is it? That one? That one. You might not realize that from my glorious beard. But yeah, I'm a chicken, so there is that. Highly recommend 8. So good. I enjoyed watching Game Ropes play it. Not really a horror game. That's good. I mean, it kind of seems like most of them aren't really horror games. It seems like with 7 they tried to make it a bit more of a horror game. And then, like, they immediately went away from that again. So, the baby monster scene is the only part I would say is scary at all. That does sound kind of awful. I always felt like of the two, the Silent Hill was like the scarier um, series as compared to Resident Evil. You hate 7, it's too much. It does look like it is quite a bit. Baby monster. Baby monster. What was that baby thing I saw recently that was weird? There was some baby something I saw recently that was like upsetting. Can't remember now. Yeah. I feel like Resident Evil is more like Resident Evil 7 is like the first Evil Dead, and then Resident Evil 2, or like all the other ones are like the second Evil Dead. Like a weird sludge monster that stalks you until you get out of the house. It cries like a regular human infant as it stalks you. Ugh. That sounds awful. Ugh. Reminds me of the baby from Parasite Eve. So freaking weird. Resident Evil 5 is the first to take itself too seriously. Resident Evil 5 did kind of take itself too seriously. And I don't know anything about 6. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play 6. I don't know what it is about 6, but it seems like nobody plays 6. It's actually the same thing with Dynasty Warriors. The 6th game, nobody ever plays the 6th game. Six is basically What If Michael Bay. So there's like lots of explosions. I seem to recall hearing that 6 is actually like split into like all of the main series characters have like their own section of 6. So there's like a Leon section, there's like an Ada section, there's a Chris and Jill section, there's a Shelly section, there's a Claire section. I feel like that's a cool enough idea. It makes come closer to being scary. Well, yeah. Could ruin the Resident Evil 6 logo for me. Is it one of those things where like the logo has some sort of extra information in it? That's something that I think is a cool idea. That's one of the things that one of the ideas that I've had for one of the game ideas I have. Like one of the game ideas I have relates to a system where as you progress in the game, it's a guy blowing a giraffe. Okay. Well, we gotta find out what that looks like. I guess I could see it. Oh, well, yeah, it's more obvious here. I guess so. Like The Shining? Amazing. Oh yeah, I was talking about one of my game ideas. Yeah, I had a game idea where it was like, the game was sort of like about archaeology, and over the course of the game, if you it wouldn't be like strictly necessary for the game, but you would probably leave the game not knowing what happened if you didn't do this. Like you could, all the text in the game would be written as like this other alphabet, and so throughout the game you could use clues about the things in the environment and like figure out what the language is. And one of the first clues you get is the title screen, because the way that I thought the title screen would work was like it would start off with like the game was called Relic. It would start off with the 4 or the 5 letters in the word Relic written in the other language, and then they would like shift to become the English characters. And so right from the start you'd have RELIC, which would, you know, give you a boost if you noticed it. Like if you realize the fact that the opening sequence shows you the those letters, you could use that. And I thought it'd be a cool idea. It sounds a little like the language in Fez. Oh, I've never played Fez. I've heard it's very good though. All I know about Fez is it's the game. It's like a platformer where you can like rotate the environment, I think. Like it's a 2D platformer, but you like shift the environment around. I should try it sometime. I have it on my my Vita. I've been playing Chasm again recently, which if you're not familiar with Chasm, go play Chasm. It's a exploration. I think you would like Fez a lot. It's a good brain burner, but fair. Okay. Yeah, Chasm is a I got too much paint on this. I'm not very good at dry brushing. I always wind up getting too much paint on it, and it doesn't like ideally what you should do is, it should only be like on the edges, but you can see that I kind of got too much on the top there. So have you ever just painted while the pieces are still on the, it's called the sprue? No. I also didn't know that thing was called a sprue. That seems like it would be hard. I feel like that would be very difficult. I mean, I'm very new to this whole process. It makes this easier. Well, like I said at the beginning, like, I am not optimal at anything. So, you know, I'm doing this as best as I can. But I gotta say, Possum, I'm interested to hear that you have, like, all this knowledge of, like, model painting. Because it's not something I would have associated with you. I did not realize that you had a fondness for, like, miniature painting. That's cool. I should also play Fez. I mean, a good friend of mine suggested it a while back. He's like, hey, you should play Fez. Oh, I didn't finish the thought about Chasm. Yeah, I played Chasm on my stream a long time ago. Do I associate with you? Dead by Daylight. And the Spinning Possum. That's it. Those two things. But yeah, y'all should play Chasm if you like exploration platformers. It's a good one. The music is really good. Where did you get that kind of frightening picture of Jerry, Possum? Because it freaks me out, frankly. Every time I see it, it's like, this is upsetting. I'm not really sure why this is so upsetting, but I kind of hate seeing it every time. Like, is that a meme? It's a meme? Okay, fair enough. There you go. That's why I don't know it. It perfectly expresses how you feel in Brutal Chat often. Yeah. The Brutal Chat is is a wild place at times. Some questionable topics of discussion there periodically. The odd takes. And every once in a while I post a short video about Bacoplin's at a rock concert. And then feel bad like I've somehow... If you subscribe to possumplays.ttv, I think I am, right? I think I am. Where's your hair? Yeah, you're there. Alright, almost done with the dry brushing. I had to cull some of my subscriptions when I lost my job, though, because I was like, I gotta try and cut back on, like, these, even, like, small, routine, you know, regular payments. I was like, I gotta cut back on some of these. Such a generous chicken. I'm such a good boy. Such a good boy. I keep doing that. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. I keep pulling it into my chest. It probably means my eyesight isn't very good. Maybe I should get my eyes checked again. Is that the song from Mega Man Zero 2 you hear? No. We're listening to the Front Mission 3 soundtrack. So, no, unfortunately. I did start playing Mega Man ZX, though. I don't know if I mentioned that to you or not. Oh yeah, I did mention it because I was complaining about how I hate the fact that you just become Zero again. Do you want some dry brushing of ice? Sure. What do you got? Get a new piece of paper towel. Okay. Got it? Or do I need a big paper towel? And just run the brush all around it. Okay. Did it. So it's almost clean. Okay. Then, oh, you mean to prevent, like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That does work better. Unfortunately, I just finished with all the dry brushing, so I guess I still need to do this side. Are these tried? And try it on this one. Let's see. So I need a blue color for this. What do we have here? Try this Huith blue. Possum anarchy. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Like, for those of you who have been watching Ian's streams this week, what are your thoughts on the game he's been playing? Do y'all like it? I kind of hate it. I'll be honest. I don't really like it very much at all. It was definitely a sort of like, I'm ready for this game to be over. Like when I found out that they were going to have like another stream of it on Friday, I was like, oh man. That's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, the game itself is bad. Like, he still makes good, like, Ian still makes great content, but it was just sort of like, man, I'm sick of this game. Alright. So, mostly dry. Oh, yeah, that does work better. Look at that. Look at that. That is much better. Well, thank you, Possum. Thank you for lending your knowledge. Sometimes it is fun to watch someone play a bad game. That's true. I've also started watching Possum with good advice? No way. I guess I have to associate that with you now too. You're also good at giving good advice about dry brushing. There you go. Look at how good that looks. Look at that. That's what dry brushing is supposed to look like. Seriously. That's great. That's so much better. Thank you, Possum. The more you know. Yeah, I don't know about that game. It's a funny thing, like, people have brought up many times the idea that Ian should play the America's Next Top Model game. I'm very divided on it because it's a long game that has like a lot of busy work in it. You have to like put on makeup every day, and you have to do all these things. You have to exercise every day, and it's a very tedious game, but like there's so much funny stuff in that game if you can get through it. Actually, it's not the Game Grumps playthrough that I'm most familiar with. It's Lucagen's playthrough. Years ago, Lucagen and Proton John. Procreate just updated? Nice. Anything cool? Any cool new things that they added? Yeah, Lucagen and Proton John played it a long time ago, and that is the playthrough that I most associate with that game. That's the one with Smephany in it. It's so freaking funny, man. I love that playthrough. Barbara, Sugoye wa Barbara. Possum, it's just like night and day how much better this is working. Oh, it's so much better. So much better. Looking to Procreate 5.4. Please wait while we upgrade to rushes. New Procreate rushes and features will then be available. Nice. You know, Dan, that is kind of an interesting thing. It's like, I don't really feel like Ian's content is that close to, like, the Game Grumps. Oh, and I'm going to leave these as they are. I mean, it's a bit too late. Good luck. I hope the rushes are cool. Like, it's odd to me that people would connect the two of them. A lot of viewers suggest stuff that isn't very Ian. You know, that's the thing about Mr. McCloud that I don't fully understand, is that, like, there have been times where after a stream I'll go and talk to him after. I'll be like, man, you really hated that one, right? He said, no, I loved it. And I'm like, but you were complaining the whole time. He said, yeah, that's what I like to do. And so it makes it very hard to figure out when he's like joke complaining or actually complaining. Like when he mentioned during the Kyrandia 3 stream, he's like, okay, we're finally getting past my kind of jokey anger to legitimate anger now. I was like, oh, okay, he's being very honest about it right now. People see one streamer play something and they want everyone to stream it, even if one next to the stream. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'm doing it again. I just keep pulling it in right up next to my face. My eyesight's not very good, I guess. I guess that's probably why it's happening. I'm just staggered by like how much better this is working after Possum's advice. Like, dude, it really looks like actual dry brushing now. Amazing. It kind of boils down to people shouting, dance monkey dance. Yeah, that's fair. Thank you, Possum. Appreciate it. Did I tell you, Possum, that I made a spinning chicken emote as well? It's crazy how much dry brushing works when you actually dry brush. Bro, did you know? Did you know? Yes, I made a spinning Moe. That's another one of the emotes that I wanted to have emote slots for is spinning Moe. I made one, and I think it's available in Discord. Did you know brushing? Did you know brushing? I will never not be able to think of did you know food on Did You Know Gaming? It's just the silliest thing to me. Did you know food? It's like, no, I didn't. What is it? I didn't know brushing. I didn't know brushing. Now I do. But... even though did you know? Yeah, I know. It's just the name, man. It's such a funny name. Did you know food? I think I probably did, actually. I'm familiar. Oh, Maeve. Maeve face. So cute. So cute. That's another thing I miss having, not being, or like when I went to visit with my sister for that, did you know Mike? This is Mike. After I went to visit my sister for that that week after I got laid off, she has pets. I miss her pets. I miss just hanging out with like her cat Moonlight and her dog Loki. Even though Loki is the reason my ankle's messed up, it's like, oh, I could pet a dog like every day if I lived near them. Every day I could pet a dog. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? I learned that New York City really loves pizza. Yeah, I've heard that too. They're very obsessed with their pizza. Honestly, one of the things that's still crazy to me is how different actual like Italian pizza is from American pizza. It's they have 1,700 pizza restaurants. Holy moly, it's a lot of pizza restaurants. But yeah, like actual Italian pizza is like way different from like American pizza. I kind of overdid that one. New York doesn't know anything about pizza. They ain't friggin' know. They don't know that pizza is supposed to be a casserole made out of tomato sauce with like some cheese somewhere in there. That's pizza. That's why I laugh when people call pizza Italian here. Yeah, that's accurate. It's like Tex-Mex, you know, like a lot of the things that I associate with being Mexican food are not Mexican food at all. They're not. It's Tex-Mex. What can I say? That's what it is to me. Oh, next time I do this, y'all gotta get on me more about remembering to have the object I'm painting visible to the audience. Grew up half an hour from the border. You like real Mexican food? Yeah. I associate with real Mexican food with mostly being chicken dishes. I've got a cookbook that claims to be you know, real Mexican food, and it's mostly just like meat dishes. Surprisingly few tortilla dishes. Okay, so we're almost done with this stream. The last thing I want to do is do a wash. As long as we can see the beard, all's good. All we care about is the beard. That's the only thing the audience is here for. The beard. Tortillas are more of a street food necessity. Alright, so which wash? This one. Should I use Mortarian Grime or Seraphim Sepia? You're just showing the beard what you're painting. Yeah, the beard is the host. I'm just kind of like the background entertainment. So we got like Mortarian Grime here, which is kind of like a muddy green color. I don't even know y'all can really see it very well. And we have Seraphim Sepia, which is just a straight up brown. Do you have any powerful periwinkle? No. I feel like the Mortarian Grime is going to be the better way to go. I'm going to try that. Alright, so washing. Washing is the process by which you put on a very thinned out paint. So this is, you can see, can you see? Maybe you can see. It's like, it's very liquid. All it's supposed to do is get all up in the nooks and crannies. And so you start by, you get some on your brush, you kind of like, you wipe it on there, so it gets like very dirty, kind of. And then you kind of like dab it off, so it just stays in like the nooks and crannies. And then you wind up with something where the, typically you don't really brush and wash. Yeah, and you wind up with something that's very like, it gets all up in the nooks and crannies, and that's your goal. And that's what you're trying to do for a wash. In low lights areas, that should have more shadow. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. And it just, like, especially with something like this, where there are a lot of, like, really small, there are a lot of, like, really small details. This sort of process will make things stand out. Now, the downside that you have to be careful with is that sometimes it can overpower the original color. And so you don't want to use too much at any time. You want to make sure that you're just using it to get into them nooks and crannies, and that's it. So otherwise you wind up with, you know, your whole project getting a lot darker. You don't necessarily want that. Yeah, see how there's kind of like it like fills in the gaps in here, and it makes the makes it stand out a little bit more as like a rocket launcher or whatever it's supposed to be. This has been fun. I mean, I hope that I hope this has been entertaining for y'all. Again, I know it's just sort of me, like it's just an activity. It's a means for me to just kind of talk. So, you know, hopefully it's been entertaining. I mean, you've had the beard the whole time, so. But I will be honest, I've really enjoyed trying out these like crafting streams a bit more. I think that it's something I could get into doing more of if I could find more crafts to do. Like, I was considering trying to do leather working on stream, but I think I would have to find a very specific project to make that work. I mean, what you're going for, you can also paint much brighter than use the whole dunking method. Yeah. Again, nothing I do is optimal. I'm just doing it as best as I understand how to do it, so there's probably plenty of things I could be doing better. But I do enjoy it. But yeah, I was thinking of like doing a leatherworking project or something like that. Probably wouldn't be something that I could, you're doing a good job, well, thank you very much. It would have to be something that I could do over the course of several streams. I doubt a single stream would be enough to get anything done. The problem is that so much of it would just be me stitching. You know, just me stitching over and over and over again. So that is a lot of what leatherworking is just stitching. I think that was a bit of a shock to my nephew when he was trying to do a leatherworking project while I was up there with them. He's like, man, stitching takes forever. And I'm like, yeah, and it's like 90% of the process. So it does take a while unless you have a leatherworking sewing machine, which I do not. Oh, doggone it. I just remembered something. It's almost like this is a time-consuming process. It's almost like there's a reason why this used to be considered a trade. I just doggoned it about something and I can't even remember what it is now. Oh, right. I forgot to put the lines on these ahead of time. So one of the things I've noticed about this whole process is that the last thing you should do, in my experience, is what I'm doing right now, putting on the wash. Hey, hot dog. Hate to say it, buddy, but we're almost done for today. But glad you could make it out at the very end. We have been painting. We've been painting robot parts today. But yeah, let's see. Do I have one on hand? This will work. So you see how like there's those red lines kind of on like the shin. I have to ask, how is OBS? Frankly, much better. I mean, I haven't seen any issues with it. This is only the second stream of it. But it starts right up. It hasn't caused me any problems. It seems to work a lot better. Now, I haven't been able to get my I have not been able to get my Stream Deck set up with it. And so I'm having to do everything manually, which admittedly is a little bit more of a nuisance. I also still haven't figured out how to get it so that it asks you what category you want to stream to when you start up. It just kind of like starts up and I have to change it manually. So there's a lot of stuff that's still like very manual, but it certainly starts up faster and doesn't throw any fits, at least as far as I know. You can help me? Okay. Well then perhaps I shall harass you some more, Possum, and then I will have another thing to associate you with. You will become my OBS guru. Start to get more comfortable with it too, for sure. Yeah, I imagine so. I honestly would love, like, I know you said before, Possum, that you have like a bunch of models that you haven't painted, but based on your knowledge, it suggests to me that you've at least finished some projects before. I'd love to see some of your work if you want to share it. If you have any models that you'd like to show off. Get that Asterian grime in there. Wait, is that what it's called? Is it Asterian grime? What is this called? Oh no, Mortarian grime. Asterian grime is that's the guy from Baldur's Gate, right? Asterian. He's the sexy vampire. Whee. I know the sexy vampire and the sexy bear man. Those are the two characters I know. You could absolutely make a Discord channel for minion model painting. Well, if there's enough interest in it, sure. I should probably do more with my Discord. Like, I know one of the things that Bleck has given me a pointer about. He's like, you know, it'd be really great if there was a self-promo channel somewhere in here where people could talk about, like, when they're going live. And it's like, yeah, I know. Not even kidding, you love sharing paint jobs and seeing other people's. All right, well, maybe so. I mean, I think you could very easily put that in artsy-fartsy right now, because I would regard that as a type of art. But if you want something that's specifically for model painting, I could do that for you. Yeah, there it is. I know, Bleck. Bleck's my boy, always trying to keep me growing in terms of my content. Trying to get me to improve, and I'm just like, nah, man. All this friendly advice, and I'm just like, yeah, but alternately, I could just not do any of that. That's true. It is absolutely the case that, like, things take off when you have more of a community. You have people talking, you have, like, chatters and, like, regulars. Thank you, Black. I appreciate that. I remember there was that one weird comment I got on, like, a YouTube video once where it was like, it said something like, I believe you have potential, but you're missing something. Editing? And I could never figure out if it was supposed to be a dig about Ed's editing work, or if it was supposed to be like a genuine, hey, I think you could get that. Kind of like when Possum got that one, what was that one awful comment you got, Possum, where it was sort of like, what was it they said? It was like, your commentary is stupid. Yeah, the weird suggestion. Yeah, that one. That was insane. I don't know. Again, maybe it was intended in a positive way. That's the funny thing about the nature of, like, communication via a primarily text-based medium, is that you don't have context. You know, you don't have it, and you're just like, I don't know if it's meant to be sarcastic or genuine or what it is. Like, there was also one years ago when I made a comment on someone's video. Oh yeah, I saw you and had no views and felt obliged. Is this a duo of raccoon wannabe VTubers? I really tried. The monotone voices and just lack of energy made it impossible to last long enough to type this. No hate, honestly, I wish people would be real. This is not working. Yeah, I mean, like, I can see the idea that that person genuinely thought they were being helpful. But, dude, there is a time and place for offering suggestions. That's not how you do it. I mean, I think if I was to interpret what they were saying, I think what they were trying to say was that, like, they tried to watch your content because they saw you as a small-scale YouTuber. And they thought by giving that feedback, you would completely change your content to be more appropriate and in line with what they said. I have to assume that's what they were going for. But you didn't ask for that advice. Like, what that comes across to me as is, you know, you go on like you go to like a consultant or something, and ask them, how can you improve? That's where you would get that kind of a feedback. You wouldn't expect that from, like, the comments of a video. You never replied. Well, I'll admit I wouldn't have replied to your reply either. You know, your reply was very much a dismissal. I think that probably if we give this person the benefit of the doubt and we say that they were trying to help you, then your response would convince me, at least, that, okay, they didn't want help. I upset them. But maybe that's giving them too much credit. Alright, y'all. Well, we might be done. Well, you know what I could do? I have descended from my golden throne to bequeath upon the unwashed, unviewed masses my glorious opinion. Yeah, kind of. We could reassemble it and see how it looks all put together. You wanna do that? Do that? It could be a way to finish. Hello, Darkman. Sorry to say you have come at the end of the stream. This was a weirdly timed stream. But thank you for showing up. And of course, the VOD will be up later, so if you want to catch more of the beard stream, it will be there. The very valuable beard stream. It's fine. A couple of minutes is better than nothing. Oh, thank you so much, Darkman. How's Rob doing, by the way, Darkman? I haven't seen him in ages. I haven't been able to watch any of his content, but I see like his streaming notifications now and again. Hopefully he's still doing well. He got really weird? Oh. Okay, well, sorry to hear that. Barely talks to you anymore? Oh well. Beard and painting stream, not to be confused with beard painting stream. The and is very important. Definitely is. He said something about getting up every day at 4 a.m. Ugh. Ian? Oh. Didn't even realize he was here. Hey, Ian. You're here at the end of the stream, man. That looks cool though. Look at that. That cool like bi-color looking thing. It's nice, right? I like that. Backpack on. Go. Yeah. Well, we've been painting models today. Let's see, where's the outside section? Models for what? These are models of Vonzers from the Front Mission game that I've been playing. Still got 2 kits to get left to put together, an RX-78-2 and a Gelgoob. I've got a where is it? I've got a I've got a Char's Zaku 2 that I need to put together at some point, but That's true. That's true. If you point out Ian too much, he will run away. So he's like a rare Pokemon. Ian is here for my beard. Oh no! No! The stress! He's here to judge my beard. He says Zaku too, but it's the 1 Year War version, so it's pink. He only liked me for my shorts. I hate this song. I'm gonna skip this one. Next song, please. Oh. It immediately becomes a tragic song. That way. A dramatic ending. Oof. Da, da, da. So the funny thing about this Vonzer I'm putting together right now is I think that this one was only used in like the Super Nintendo game. I don't think they ever used it again. And you could tell from like the little sad robots. You could tell from the description on the box that it was like they implied that it was kind of like a terrible mobile suit. Like they're like, this one was not very effective, and so it was phased out pretty quickly. It's got little guns. That would be dope. I mean, this is not exactly a good camera I have right here. It's kind of a crappy one. I bought it a while back. This is the same camera that I bought back when I was considering being on camera more often. And then that one person was like, hey, you look like the bad guy from Toy Story 2. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I need to be on camera anymore. Where's that little piece I'm looking for? Where'd it go? Oh, fudge. Fudge, where's that thing? It's like a little piece. Oh no. There's supposed to be like a, you see this little slot here? That's supposed to be like the eyeball of the suit. No, I can't find it. So this suit might be blind. Fudge. It's not like strictly an essential piece, so it's, if I had to lose something, that's a good one to lose, but it's annoying. It's a risk you run putting yourself up. Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that that person wasn't even trying to be, like, rude. I think more for me, like, that one, that answer was kind of funny. But most of the people were just sort of like, yeah, you look like what I expected you to look like. And I was like, oh, okay. Thank you? You know, sort of like, neat. So, is that a compliment? Can't really tell. Like, did I just sound very much like a nerdy white guy? And you're just like, yep, you are a nerdy white guy. It's like, yeah, well, you get to. It's like a statement, yeah. It's like, you look like what I think you would look like. Cool. Glad to hear that. So, I basically just decided that I was like, yeah, it's not really adding anything. I'm not gonna bother. You expect a chicken. That is true. I'm sure many people assumed I was a chicken. Because, I mean, that's how I've always represented myself. These aren't the right pieces. These aren't the right pieces. These aren't the right pieces. That's why I can't find the pieces I'm looking for. Because they're still in here. Ugh. Scrub my music from Instagram because some dude was very rude. Even though I didn't care about the person in question, just loved it. Yeah. I get that. Coning the cat now that she has eaten. Poor babe. This is Lenny's theme. Y'all remember Lenny in the Pooh Power? This is his theme. Why is it so cool? No, the Pooh Power. One of the mobile suits is powered by methane. So it's the poo power. It's powered off of animal poop. So strong. Of course. No worries. I understand the confusion. Most people do not immediately assume, of course, this giant robot is powered by cow manure when they think of a robot. Alright. There we go. Got the legs. Oh, there it is. There's the eyeball. Okay. Yeah, see? It looks better with an eyeball. Now, how did this go together? There we go. Okay. Admittedly, this particular model is a little bit strange for me because it's using cat is coned. It uses these treads, and it's the only one I've ever built that uses the treads, and so I'm trying to remember like how everything fits together on this. The cat is coned. The cat has been coned. Cat e-coned. Come on. Come on there. Come on. Come on, you. Jeez, man. Why you no work? Why you no work? Fit in thing. Come on. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? That's supposed to fit in there. I'm beginning to think one of my little cats is possessed by what I do not know. So you're talking about a fart robot, right? No, you didn't imagine that. There is definitely a robot in Front Mission 3 that is powered by methane. And it is the creation of one Lenny, who is a the heir to a cattle fortune, and he decided he would invent a robot that runs off of cattle farts so that he could make lots of money. And he was immediately embarrassed by the prospect. How do the legs work, though? How does that work? Do I just put this on there? I feel like I'm missing a piece. Where does this go, though? Look at these pieces. I'm just sort of like, I didn't say it made farts, merely that it was a farting robot. That's some talk about the cockpit. You're good to go. There you go. Powered by farts. It looks like it has a little leg. That's its leg. That's how it walks around. What the frick? Where does this part go? I don't remember. How does this work? I don't have the instructions anymore. I threw them away because all of these things are so similar that I just didn't think I needed them anymore. Oh, there we go. Got it. I was missing a piece. Alright. Yeah, I was missing this piece. Yeah. Is this the piece I'm missing? Hang on. I think I'm missing a piece. Is it you? Are you the piece that I'm missing? Doggone it. Ah. Ah, boy. Come on. How much has this process of me just putting it back together added onto the stream? Like, I thought it would take, like, you know, less than 5 minutes, and just like, nah, man. It's taking a while. And move the paint out of the way so I don't actually get any paint or anything. Okay, there's that. That's the wrong one. Doggone it. Can you see? Can you see how there's a gap there? It's not supposed to be that loose. It's the wrong one. Now I gotta pop it back out. Come back out of there. Ugh. I swear it'll look cool when I'm done. It looks so cool. You'll be like, oh, dude, that's cool. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. That's what I just said. Just try forcing it. Yeah, there you go. So regarding the Procreate, yes, please give me some content to talk about, because I've just tried to rebuild this stupid thing. You already try forcing it. Already found a pencil that you like better than the other. Oh, very nice. You've been very dedicated to that same pencil for a while, so that's pretty significant. Yeah, apparently Procreate updated recently, and Black was checking out the various new things in it. There we go. Finally. Jeez, that took way longer than it needed to. Alright. One side's on. Got one leg. Primary influence of the birds and the bees. Yeah, it's a drawing app for the iPad. I feel like it's sort of the de facto drawing app for the iPad. I think most people that draw on iPad kind of use it. It works very well. Actually, Black has done several streams of them doing art and animations on their iPad. So yeah, go and check out Black streams. Check out that Visual Wednesday. You literally got your iPad for Procreate. Yeah. Well, so does that mean, Black, that you were doing art on something else and you heard about Procreate and you're like, wow, I want to do my art on that now? Or did you yeah, how'd that work? Get draw again soon. It's a good excuse to at least reopen the app. Yeah. There you go. Drawing's always fun. Recently, I've had a very strong desire to draw recently, but I haven't gotten around to doing it, which is quite a bit of a shame, really, because I think whenever that happens, I start to get, like, sort of subconsciously depressed about it. And so I need to just sit down and draw for a little while to kind of get myself out of that funk. I've been working too much on these models and leather working and stuff like that, and getting a job. Also working on getting a job. Exclusively traditional sketchbooks, pencils, charcoals, pens, marker. Use tone paper and charcoals mixed. Oh, okay. So you were primarily a physical media artist before. That's cool. It does explain a bit about your art style though, because it does have a very strong like rough physical media kind of vibe to it. Like you seem to gravitate towards very like sketchy and kind of rough looking brushes and such. I'm kind of the other way. When I first started doing any sort of digital art, I want it to be like as smooth as I possibly could. All right. Well, there's our little guy. Check him out. Oh, this way. We got tank treads. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah. So, at this point, what I will do is I will add in like probably the stripes. I'll add in little bits of like make certain things metallic. Maybe use the glow features a bit. But this guy's pretty much all, and then I'll put gloss in the end to finish it. Oh, since I mentioned in the last stream, I will go ahead and show you the one that I painted on my own. So I'll be right back. So this is the one that I put together myself, kind of in my own time. He kind of looks like a fish. He looks very much like a fish man. But yeah, I made this guy. So you can see kind of that he's like glossy. That's the gloss paint. So I got to put that on there. But fish. All right, y'all. I think that's going to be it for today. Again, thank y'all for coming out for a weirdly timed stream. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining me and my beard for this oddly timed stream. We'll be back on regular schedule, I'm sure, next week. But I had things to do this afternoon, so had to get it out of the way. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it. I'm the MoeChicken. This has been me painting some models, and thanks for stopping by.